Hello class, this is a video lecture of chapter 20 of the Business Mathematics text by Cleaves, Hobbs Noble. This video lecture is about 40 slides and it shouldn't be that long, but before I move on a little more in depth, I think it's important to note that I am not a tax professional. I'm not qualified to give tax advice. I've been very appreciative of the emails that have been coming in, with questions about the lecture in general. But if you have any questions that specific to the content of the class, you can always feel free to ask me. But if it's about taxes specifically, well, you can also let me know, and I'll certainly be more than happy to direct you to the right individual who can give you that advice. So there are a couple learning outcomes, section 12-1. Use the percent method to find the sales and excise tax. Find the marketed price and the sales tax from the total price. These taxes are extra amounts that a business collects and later pays to the state. Local taxes may apply in addition to state taxes, depends on where it's located. Some states charge no tax on food or medicine. Some states don't charge tax on clothing either. Laws vary, but some purchases made in one state and delivered in another don't include taxes. It is the responsibility of the seller to determine if an article or item is tax exempt. So what's a tax? A tax is money collected by a government for its support and providing services to the populace or to the population. Sales tax is a tax that's based on the price of the purchase. The tax is collected at the time of the purchase, and the business periodically sends the collected tax to the government agency. An excise tax is a tax on the sale of a particular good, such as fuel, alcohol, and tobacco. Use the percent method to find the sales tax and excise tax. The tax rate is equal to the tax per $1 of the purchase price or a percent of the purchase price. So the first step is to write the given percent as a decimal. The second step is to find the sales tax or excise tax. So we have tax equals the purchase price times the sales tax rate. As an example, find the sales tax on $128.72 at 6 cents per $1 or at 6%. And this is how you do it. You go $128.72 times 0.06 because you're trying to find 6% of this. And then you get $7.72. So the sales tax is $7.72. The total purchase price would be $128.72 plus $7.72 equals $136.44. Now, one thing that you could also do to just go straight from here to here is you can multiply, instead of by 0.06, you can multiply by 1.06. So basically here we're telling the math formula, hey math formula, give me $128.72 times itself plus 6%. And then that'll give you the same amount without having to do this step of adding the tax. But at least this step will tell you what the tax is, which you're going to need to know for the homework. Some examples: find the sales tax on a dress that costs $49.99. The tax rate is 7%, and it is $3.50. And basically all you do is you do 0.07 times $49.99, and then you get $3.50. Or if you multiply it by 1.07, what you get is $49.99 increased by 7%, and it'll give you the total price. Find the sales tax on 3 CDs totaling $36.94. The tax rate is 6.5, so then you multiply $36.94 times 0.065, right? And then that gives you $2.04. Find the sales tax on a suntan lotion that costs $10.99. The tax rate is 5%. So you will multiply $10.99 times 0.05 for 5%, and you get 55 cents. As an example, find the excise tax on a $45.93 purchase of gasoline where the excise tax rate is 27.1%. So here, of course, you have to bring down 27.1 as a decimal and then pull this, the 45.93 from the example which is given, and that equals 12.44703, and then you round up. And then what are we rounding up to? Probably to 1245. There we go. The excise tax is 1245. The total purchase would be 45.93 given plus 1245, the tax, and we get 58.38. Marked price is the purchase price before the sales tax is added. The total price is the marked price plus the sales tax. Find the marked price and the sales tax from the total price. The first step is to find the marked price. Write the sales tax rate as a decimal. Add 1 to the decimal equivalent of sales tax rate from step 1A. Divide the total price by the sum from step 1B. So we have here the formula marked price equals total price over 1 plus sales tax rate. The second step, find the sales tax rate, and the way we do that is total price minus marked price. So let's look at an example to clarify. The ticket to the movie you saw last night costs $8.50. You wish, right? $8.50 included in the tax. If the local sales tax is 7%, what is the marked price of your ticket? So the marked price we have here, the total price of the ticket, $8.50 divided by 1 plus the decimal equivalent of the sales tax. So 1 plus 0.07 is 1.07. So then we get the marked price, and the marked price is $7.94. The marked price of the movie ticket is $7.94, and we do that by dividing $8.50 by the 1.07. Another example, find the sales tax of the movie ticket if the price is $7.94 and the total price is $8.50. So here what you do is to find the sales tax, it's the total price, we got that here, minus the marked price, and we got that from this part right here. So when we do 850 minus 794, that gives us 56 cents. So the sales tax on the movie ticket is 56 cents. So whenever you're looking at questions from in your homework, you want to make sure that you pay very close attention to the question and find out what it's asking you to do and what is the information that's given in the question. Here's another example. Find the marked price and sales tax on a box of popcorn, which is total price of $3.50. Again, you wish. The total tax rate is 6%. Marked price is $3.30 and the tax is 20 cents. Find the marked price and sales tax on a soft drink, which has a total price of $2.50. The local tax rate is 6.5. And the marked price is $2.35. The tax is 15 cents. Learning objectives for section 20-2. Find the assessed value, calculate property tax, and determine the property tax rate. Now, before I move forward, I have been a big advocate of engagement and ensuring participation in the class. So normally I would give the clues towards the end of the videos, but we're going to take a break here. Now, if you can email me with the image that's on my screen right now, and just let me know what this is, just in an email, you will get extra participation points. Okay, and there may or may not be a clue towards the end of this video, and you'll have to give me both clues, so keep that in mind. Okay, so section again 20-2, learning outcomes. Find the assessed value, calculate property tax, and determine the property tax rate. Some key terms: market value is the expected selling price of a property. The assessed value is a specific percent of the estimated market value of the property. The property tax is a tax collected by local governments from property owners based on the type of property and the value of the property. The property tax is imposed by the city or county government, and the rate may be stated as a percent of the assessed value, as an amount of tax per $1 or per 100 of assessed value, or as an amount of tax per 1,000 of assessed value, or in mils, which is a thousandth of a dollar. Find the assessed value. The first step is to write the assessment rate as the decimal equivalent of the percent. Step 2 is to find the assessed value. So that equals market value times the assessment rate. As an example, find the assessed value of a farm with a market value of 175,000 if the assessed valuation is 25% of the market value. So we have the assessed value equals market value times the assessment rate. We have that from the question above. So we pull the information that we've been given. 175K times 25% equals 43,750. So the assessed value is 43,750. Another example, find the assessed value of a one-family home with a market value of 125,000 and an assessment rate of 30%. So that is 37,500. Another example, find the assessed value of a condo with a market value of 80,000 and an assessment rate of 25%. And the answer is 20,000. Calculating property tax. Express the given property tax as per dollar of assessed value depending on how the tax rate is stated. So here's an example. If the given rate is the number of mills per dollar of assessed value, divide the number of mills by 1,000. So tax per $1 equals mills per dollar over $1,000. The second step is to find the property tax. So we have assessed value times property tax rate per dollar. Here's an example. Find the property tax on a home with an assessed value of 90,000 if the property tax rate is A, 11.08 of the assessed value. So what we do is multiply the assessed value times the tax rate, which we have. So we have here the 90,000, which is given, times 11.08 given, and that is $9,972. 11.08, well, $11.08 per $100 of assessed value. So now we have property value equals the assessed value times the tax on 100 divided by 100. So the property tax is 90,000 given times $11.08 given divided by $100 equals $90,000 times, and then here we have it as a percentage, 0.1108 equals 9,972. See that? Fine. Okay, so now we're doing it at 110.80 at $110.80 per thousand of assessed value. So these are all different types of examples because there isn't a flat way of calculating tax. Okay, it's all depending on your county, on your state, on the city you live in. So it all really depends. But these are all different ways of determining how to calculate the tax rate. So $110.80 per thousand of assessed value. Property tax given times $110.80 divided by 1,000 equals $90,000, which is assessed value, times 0.1108, which is 11.8%. Well, yeah, so times 0.1108, and that gives us 9,972. And now we're doing it at 110.8 mils per $1 of assessed value, and we get the same exact thing. Property tax equals 90,000, which is given, times $110.80 divided by 1,000 equals 90,000 times 0.1108, 9,972. Determining the property tax. A city or county government determines how much money it'll need in the year ahead. The amount is then divided by the local assessed value of all the properties in the area. The calculation tells us how much tax must be collected for each dollar of assessed value. So the first step is to determine the property tax rate according to the desired tax rate type. The second step is tax per $1 of assessed value. So we have the total estimated budget over the total assessed property value, or tax per 100 times 100, tax per 1,000 times 1,000, or tax in mills per $1 of assessed value. Here's an example. Find the tax rate expressed as a tax per $100 of assessed value for Harbortown that anticipates expenses of $95,590,000 and has property assessed at $3,868,758,500. Tax per 100 of assessed value equals 95,590,000 divided by 3,868,758,500 times 100 equals. So here we have point 0.024708184 times $100, and we get $2.48. You round it up. It'll give you a long decimal. The tax rate is $2.48 per 100 of assessed value. So like 3.5% basically. Because if you're looking at this as $100, $2 and almost 50 cents is 2.5% of assessed value, or more precisely 2.48% of assessed value. And you can say as a percentage because it's out of 100%. It's out of $100 rather. Section 20-3 Learning Outcomes. Find the taxable income. Use the tax tables to calculate income tax. Use the tax rate schedule to calculate income tax. And this varies by state also. Filing status refers to a category of taxpayers such as single, married filing jointly, married filing separately, or head of household. W-2 form is a form that the employer provides each employee that shows their earned income, income tax withheld, Social Security, and medical taxes withheld. Income tax tables are tax tables found in the IRS 1040 instructions publication for finding the amount of tax liability. The gross income is money, goods, and property received during the year. Adjusted gross income, or AGI, is the total or gross income minus certain employee expenses and allowable expenses such as IRAs, retirement accounts, student loan interest paid, tuition, fees, and alimony paid. Exemptions are the amount that a taxpayer is allowed to subtract from the adjustable gross income. One exemption is allowed per person, one for spouse, and one for each dependent. Taxable income is adjusted gross income minus exemptions and either the standard or itemized deductions. Do you owe taxes or will you get a refund? April 15th is the deadline for filing income taxes for the previous year. If more taxes are withheld than you had to pay, you get a refund. If less was withheld in taxes than you had to pay, you owe the IRS. So to find taxable income, the first step is to find the adjusted gross income, which equals the total income minus allowable expenses and deductions. The second step is the total the deductions, or choose the standard deduction and total the exemptions. The third step is to find taxable income, which equals adjusted gross income minus itemized or standard deductions minus exemptions. So here's an example. Find the taxable income for a family of 4, husband, wife, and 2 children, if their adjusted gross income is $67,754 and itemized deductions are $11,345. Use an exemption of $3,700 for each. So here we have again the formula: taxable income equals AGI minus itemized or standard deductions minus the exemptions. So we have 67,754 given minus 11,345 given minus 3,700 times 4. So the taxable income for this family is 41,609. Use the tax tables to calculate income tax. Locate the taxable income under the column headed if line 43 taxable income is, and then here you're able to find it. And then here has it at least but less than 41,000. Well, you have here single, married filing jointly, married filing separately, and head of household, and then you'll notice that there's different amounts for each one. So marital status plays a big role in the taxes that you pay. Step 2, move across to the column headed NUR, which has the 4 filing status categories. Find the tax owed by a married taxpayer filing separately on taxable income of $39,478. You have to find the appropriate table heading of at least 39,450 but less than 39,500. Move across to the row Move across the row to the column under married filing separately, so the amount is 5,994 in taxes owed. An example, find the tax owed by a married taxpayer filing jointly on a taxable income of 39,478. Find the appropriate table heading of at least 39,450 but less than 39,500. Move across the row to the column under married filing jointly, so then you figure the amount is 5,071. Use the tax computation worksheet to calculate income tax. In the first step, locate the correct section according to the filing status. Locate the range where the taxable income falls. Enter the taxable income on line 43 of the 1040 form on the appropriate line in column A. Multiply the amount in column A by the amount in column B and enter the result in column C. Subtract the amount in column D from the amount in column C and enter the result in the tax column. This is the amount that will be entered in line 44 on form 1040. That was an example of why I just go to a tax professional at the end of the year, because it's a lot to take into account. There's a lot of tips and tricks and loopholes on how to ensure that you can get a little more money back. So if you're doing this on your own on TurboTax, there's no guarantee of that. So I always try to make an effort to go to somebody who's qualified to do it. It may cost a little bit more in terms of the fee, but you know that this person knows what they're doing and they're taking liability, they take responsibility if there's anything wrong with it. Find the tax on a taxable income of $112,418 for a married taxpayer filing jointly using table 20-2. Use section B. The taxable income falls in the range of at least $100,000 but not over $139,350. So then you have column A, the 112,418. Column B, you have 0.25. Column C, you have 28,104.50 and 50 cents, minus column D, which is 7,750. So then the tax is $20,354, and this looks like a typo, but 20,354. Find the tax on taxable income of 148,382 for a married taxpayer filing separately using table 20-2. Use section C. The taxable income falls in the range of at least 106,150 but not over 188,575. So you look at column A, which is 148,382 given times 33 equals 48,966 and 6 cents minus 11,272 and 75 cents, and that equals 37,693 and 31 cents. And this concludes the video lecture of chapter in chapter, what chapter are we looking at? Chapter 20 rather. Now, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to contact me at any time. And if you've been watching this video, you would know that there was a clue for extra credit in the middle of the video. And now here's the other clue. If you can tell me what this image is right here that I'm pointing at with my mouse, that I'm pointing at, you'll get the extra credit. So not only do you have to tell me what the clue was in the middle of the video, and also what this clue is right here. Okay, then you can get extra credit for this chapter. Again, any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to let me know. Also, if you have any questions on the homework, for those of you who have been emailing me for guidance and tutoring, I appreciate the fact that you've welcomed the opportunity for me to help you on the homework assignments. Please keep the emails coming, and I hope you have a great day.